Welcome back. I'm Kathy.
I'm Robin.
And if you are new to our channel, we do food and product reviews. And today it's a recipe review.
Yes.
We thought for the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festivus, whatever you celebrate.
It's Festivus for the rest of us.
That's right. That we talked about this and I was like, well, you know, we should do some desserts, recipes. And we looked on Tasty, didn't see anything. Looked on, well, I just thought about some crazy, like the pie cake in or something. So anyway, thought how about we just do our own, what we like.
Yes.
For our Thanksgiving.
Our favorite desserts for Thanksgiving and or Christmas.
Yes, Kwanzaa, whatever. I want to finish, so whatever, but yeah. So we are going to start with one of Robin's favorites. Start with the chess pie.
And I do love chess pie.
Okay, so I recorded me making these last night, and I'll talk about how I made them, the recipes, and the recipes will be below, also links to those recipes. First of all, let me say, if you are interested in some fancy, schmancy dessert, you need to move on. Because these are not. They are very simple, but they are very delicious.
Yes.
I think. I haven't tried yours yet. I don't know.
They are very delicious.
So if you want something all fancy, go to the Food Network or something, because this isn't it.
No.
Okay, so we're going to start with the chess pie.
These are just good old Southern tradition.
Half a cup of butter, 2 cups of sugar, teaspoon of vanilla. You're going to mix that together. You can add in 4 eggs. Mix a little bit more, mix, mix, mix. You're going to add a tablespoon of cornmeal. That mixed in there. Then 1/4 of a cup of evaporated milk and a teaspoon of white vinegar. And just mix, mix, mix. Super simple. This one you're going to pour into a 9-inch deep dish pie crust, just a, you know, Pillsbury or whatever brand you want. Okay, so here it is. It's like it's,
Okay. I mean, I would just eat it out of it.
can eat out of the pie. How big you want?
Just a little, just no.
Are you sure? Are you sure, Robin?
Yeah. I'll do that on Thanksgiving.
It has been a long time since I have had a chess pie.
So, as most of you know, I don't like to mix things. They're my other weird. I'm just a weirdo.
I guess so. I'm learning a lot
I
about you.
I don't like nuts in my desserts.
Oh.
I love nuts plain, but I don't like them in my desserts. So in our house, our family tradition, it was always, you know, pecan pies.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's huge, huge, huge. My grandmother had a recipe. My mom still makes them. Okay, so, and I wouldn't touch them because I love pecans, but not in a pie. I just think that's just a weird combination. And everybody rants and raves about these pecan pies, but my grandmother started making me chess pies.
Oh.
So I too could have.
Which is similar. Similar, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
This is super rich.
Oh yes, it's straight sugar, pretty much.
That's good.
With a cup of coffee. So good.
That is rich.
It's very, very rich.
Very sweet.
Yeah.
Very good. I have to add this to my.
To yours? Yeah, it's a good one. It's good warm too.
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
We had a butter kuchen. I grew up with those. This bakery we'd always go to by my house had these butter kuchens, and that's what it reminds me of, the filling.
Gotcha.
But I can't remember what the outside was. Was that this was like a filling? I can't remember.
I wonder if it was a chess pie in there. Chess pie filling.
It was a little more buttery, like more runny, I guess. I don't know. But it was really good. But I haven't seen one of those in years.
In the end, you're supposed to just pick up.
We're gonna be so sick after this
I
video.
know. I know.
All right, that is definitely a good one.
I'm glad you enjoyed.
Chef's pie. So this is I kind of created this in the past few weeks, but this was one of my, as a kid, my grandmother would make what we called it Christmas pudding. But it was also, she would have it at whatever holiday, Christmas, Easter, whatever, she would have it. But she just made it in a bowl, almost like a trifle.
Oh, yeah.
But it was layers. I think this is a very old recipe. It's similar to I think they're called ice box pies or cakes or.
Oh, yeah.
So what it is, it's her graham crackers crumbled. She would mix with peanut butter. So, but it would be a layer of chocolate pudding, Cool Whip. Chocolate pudding, Cool Whip, then the crumbles of the graham cracker and the peanut butter, then vanilla pudding, Cool Whip, then more. So she would just do layers of this. So I kind of did that, but in a pie. So I'll show you what I did to make it, because I'm trying to make this so you can actually cut it. Because what she made, you had to spoon.
Yeah.
So, but I've made this. My daughter and my husband like it better this way in a pie form. I don't think it's easier to eat. Right. I don't know.
Okay. How about you? Do you like it better in a pie form?
I'm good either way.
Okay.
Start with the graham cracker crust, one that has the 2 extra servings. I think it's a 9 ounce pan. I melted 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. You wouldn't have to melt it, but it just makes it easier. Got some graham crackers. You could use the crumbs, and you could use the graham crackers and use a food processor, and then just put the peanut butter in and blend it all up.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the crumbs, so I just used graham crackers, and I thought I'd put the peanut butter in between and then smash it out. It makes sense. Put it all in there together, and the peanut butter just sticking to the bag. So it's still kind of stuck to the bag, but it was fine. And I didn't have to wash anything. I could just throw it away. So there, the box is upside down. I didn't know which way the camera was going. Just chocolate pudding. And you use less milk. Only use 1.5 cups instead of the 2 cups like on the box. So you're just going to pour it over peanut butter. And then you have your Cool Whip upside down again. Oh, there we go. And then you might want to let the chocolate set up a little bit so it's easier to spread. And then we're going to go to got it right that time, the vanilla pudding. Same thing, only use 1.5 cups instead of 2. Mix. Oops, I forgot the topping. Let's put the topping on. And you're going to pour that over top. Spread it out. And let this set up just a few minutes, and then you can add your Cool Whip so it's easy to spread. And there you go. Wow. Sorry the lighting wasn't the best on that, but I'm not a camera person. What are they called? A photographer? Okay.
A videographer.
Have you ever had anything like this?
I mean, I've had,
Oh, these are mixing. What are we gonna do?
Well, that's okay. They're puddings, so they're it's the same thing. And graham cracker, it's kind of, I'm not that weird. I eat soup.
Okay.
And I eat pot pies and things like that. Things that belong together.
Oh, but not.
But why would you mix things that don't belong together? I mean, if it's prepared together on purpose, then it's supposed to be together. If you prepare it separately, then it's fine.
Okay, so this is not gonna look the prettiest. Your first one, you know what? I'm gonna take this one. It's the first scoop is.
Oh, it doesn't want to come out.
I didn't cut the crust all the way.
Oh, I think that this looks amazing. I think my family would love it.
Alright. So if you can get one piece out of there first, it makes it easier. Oh, that's better.
Yeah. Look at that.
You got the layers of the chocolate vanilla. It's really good.
That's good.
And If you don't like peanut butter, you're allergic to peanut butter, just leave it out.
Leave it out.
Well, the peanut butter
It's
does
very
add.
light and airy.
And if you're not a Cool Whip fan, you can use whipped cream. But for me, there's certain things like whipped cream or Cool Whip is good with, and other things that I don't like it with.
Right.
Like I wouldn't like it on an ice cream sundae. I wouldn't like Cool Whip on it.
Oh, no. No.
But it's kind of like mayonnaise and Miracle Whip.
Yes.
I like Miracle Whip on some things.
Which is very good.
I just think for presentation, I mean, I think it's easier to slice than to scoop. And I don't notice that much of a difference missing the half a cup of milk.
So you just call it, what, pudding pie?
Pudding pie.
Pudding pie?
We always called it, that's why I look forward to going to my grandmother's at Christmas and
Christmas.
and Easter, but we always called it Christmas pudding. And I always look forward to that. Ham, and my aunt made a broccoli casserole that I really like. But yeah, I don't know why. I mean, that's what I think everyone else called it Christmas pie too, or Christmas pudding. Yeah, and then after you put it together, you'll want to refrigerate it for 2 or 3 hours before you serve
Let
it.
it set up.
Okay. The next one is something new that I think I will be making these on the holidays quite a bit.
You will be?
So, as I mentioned before, and we talked about we love the old McDonald's apple pies frozen. Well, one of our viewers, Jeff, sent us a link to a recipe for them.
Oh.
I've seen some before. The ones I've seen before were made with egg roll wrappers.
Oh, yeah.
But I made them, no. So these are made with puff pastry. Okay. So I tried frying them. It seemed like you have to fry them so long to get the puff pastry done to cook all the way that they start to burn.
Yeah.
That was my experience. Maybe I had the heat, too hot. I'm not sure. It's like I thought I had something here, but I actually used a combination of that recipe and a different one. That's like, well, I have these already made up, some other ones, so I just baked them. I was like, oh, when I baked them, that was it.
So you fried them first?
No, I did not fry them at all.
Okay, you just had more of the dough.
Yeah, because this recipe makes 8. Okay. So I had fried a couple of them,
and it didn't work.
And it didn't work.
Okay.
All right, you're gonna start with 4 Granny Smith apples, which is about 3 cups, 6 tablespoons of brown sugar, a tablespoon of cinnamon, 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/8 of a teaspoon of cloves. Mix that all up. And you're gonna cook it for 5 to 8 minutes until the apples are tender. Then you're gonna add in 2 tablespoons of butter. And you mix that up till it's melted. Then you're gonna add in 1½ teaspoons of cornstarch mixed to it with a tablespoon of water. And you can pour that in. That just helps thicken up. Then you let it cook 2 to 3 minutes more. You kind of let that cool. Then you're gonna get your puff pastry sheet, thawed puff pastry. You're gonna cut it into 4s. And the puff pastry comes with 2 sheets. So you're gonna put about 2 tablespoons of the apple mixture on each square. Some water, you could brush it on, use your finger, whatever. They were clean, my fingers were clean. Brush it on the edge. Flip it over, and you use a fork and you crimp the edges. Just like that. So I just cut the 2 holes in the top. I think they bake more evenly. Then you're gonna bake at 400 for 20 minutes. When they come out of the oven, you're just gonna brush them with butter and sprinkle them with cinnamon and sugar. So the cinnamon sugar is just like a 1/2 cup of sugar and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon.
Okay. We'll just split one of those, or?
The bigger half.
Thank you.
All right, so these have cooled off some.
Am I gonna feel like I'm at the old McDonald's?
They're good.
That's good.
Nice and flaky. Apples nice and tender.
That's a good pie.
I think if you want to be a really big hit for Thanksgiving, you take these. What I plan on doing, I'm going to take these not baked, And you know, if you're, I don't know if I would take this just to anyone's house, but if it was your family, whatever, I would take
And
them
bake it there.
and bake them there. So, you know, maybe while you're eating, put these in the oven. They take about 20 minutes to bake, and then everyone has nice hot apple pies after dinner. And you would, people would love you.
They would.
Because these are delicious.
This is wonderful. Yeah.
Something else that's good about this,
Making a mess.
you can make these ahead of time and freeze them before you bake them. And then, so if you don't have to worry about it, you just, when you have time. And they're super simple to make.
Yeah.
I mean, I made all these.
You would just let them thaw before cooking.
Yeah, before
baking.
you bake them, yeah.
The new apple pie. You heard it here first.
See, McDonald's can still bake them. These are baked. Just make them better, McDonald's.
Use a puff pastry.
Oh. Then you would have something. Those are really good.
That was good. Really, really good.
All right. Okay.
All right. So, fudge pie.
Fudge pie.
Okay. So this one
It's pretty simple.
is simple and it is so good. Fudge pie is amazing, and it's and again, and then I guess it explains me. I mean, like, it makes sense that the plain things are my favorite because there's nothing in it. But what's the
Right.
you know? So, anyways, this is so good.
From what I remember, because the bakery I used to work at made a mud pie, and I think this is very similar to a mud pie.
Mud pies have nuts, don't they?
The one I made did not.
Okay.
All right, you want 2 eggs, a cup of sugar, 1/3 of a cup of flour, a stick of melted butter, 2 tablespoons of cocoa, teaspoon of vanilla, and you mix. It's pretty simple. Just get it all mixed up there. Mix, mix, mix.
Mix, mix, mix.
And you get another pie crust. You one, then you pour that in an unbaked pie shell, deep dish. It may not look like enough, but it will rise. There it is. So you want to make sure it doesn't wiggle. Because this was from All Recipes. It was by Debbie Rowe. Is it the Debbie Rowe? Michael Jackson's ex-wife?
Oh.
I don't know. Probably not. One thing different about this than that recipe was I saw that your mom, or that you sent me, she had crossed out 1/4 of a cup of flour and added 1/3. So she adjusted it a little bit.
No, my mom, what she's probably done is my grandmother had all these handwritten.
Oh.
And my mom likes to keep her recipes in a sheet, and protective sheets in a book. So I bet she found a recipe that was very similar and then tweaked it. But I bet she put my grandmother's recipes away, so she's not.
Oh, okay.
They're put up.
And this bakes at 350 for 25 to 35 minutes. And what I was saying about the jiggle is that's how you know when it's, because it varies per oven, you know, for your oven. But if there's no jiggle left, that's when it's done. Because I did read in one of the comments that someone said, oh, it was runny or something. Not just because they probably didn't bake it long enough.
It wasn't cooked.
Like I said, this one was the easiest.
Yeah.
Very simple. I'm not good with the first piece. Cut through the pan.
Thank you.
It's like a very rich.
Oh yeah, you know, it's funny for not being a dessert lover. I do enjoy the rich.
Right.
It's funny, but yeah.
This would be good with some whipped cream or some ice cream.
All right.
That is rich. You're funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
it tastes like fudge.
Well, or it's kind of a cross between like a fudge and a brownie. And I
Yeah.
love brownies.
Yeah, it's not as dry as fudge, I guess. But moister than a brownie. Wetter is the right word for that, but
Isn't it good?
it's very good. But it's rich though.
It is, I know. Very, very rich.
Very, very simple.
Okay. Stop them.
Ooh.
But I usually, well, it's funny because I honestly ask for these things every year, and I will literally, I mean, I'll take a bite. Like I'm like, oh, I got my fix. Oh, I got my fix, and I'm good because they are so rich.
They're very rich.
But it is good with a cup of coffee, and of course
Some water.
Some water. Yeah, I'm usually so full from the meal. That's all I want, anyways. But that's how I do sweet treats. A lot of times, anyways. It's just I need just a little something. So.
All right. This one I had mentioned pumpkin spice video. We mentioned that I make a pumpkin.
Oh yeah.
Pumpkin bars, cake, whatever you want to call them. Here they are. It's another super simple recipe.
You scrape the inside of the pumpkin?
Yes, I do. After I harvest my pumpkin.
Yes.
4 eggs, a cup of vegetable oil, 1 2/3 cup sugar, 1 15-ounce can of pumpkin. You mix, mix, mix. And then you're gonna add 2 cups flour, 2 tablespoons baking powder, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Mix, 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 and you're gonna fold that into your egg pumpkin mixture. Mix, mix, mix. So all the flour is mixed in. Then you use a 10 by 15 sheet. This saves so much time. Line it with foil. Trust me on this one. Just flip your pan, stick it in there. Always want to spray it just to be on the safe side. Pour it in. It bakes at 350 for about 25 to 35 minutes. And while that's baking, you make your cream cheese icing. It's a stick of butter, 3 ounces of cream cheese. Mix that. Add your teaspoon of vanilla. Mix, mix, mix. You're gonna add 2 cups of powdered sugar. Just add it slowly, a little bit at a time, so it doesn't go everywhere. Mix, mix, mix. And then when your cake is cooled, you just look at that, pops right out. Don't have to worry about it sticking. And your pan is already clean. That's the best part. And these you can cut any size you like. And I just used a Ziploc bag. If you have tips or whatever, feel free to use those. Or you can just spread it on, and you could put nuts on it if you wanted to, whatever.
Oh, why would you do that? Oh my God. Why would you do that?
Super simple.
So did you, you put the aluminum foil down and you creased it, and then you flipped your aluminum foil?
Yeah, so I flipped it over so you could line it, so you could, instead of putting it on the top of it, like
okay.
So instead of trying to get it in the corners, you just get a mold on the outside, I guess.
Gotcha. Okay. I was like, have I been using aluminum foil wrong all these years?
Yes, you have. For you.
Alright.
Like I said, that recipe, if you like more cream cheese, you might want to double that, the cream cheese icing part.
That's good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really good. It's almost like a pumpkin bread. Mm-hmm. You know, just.
And for me, I think maybe I did put too much icing on because it's pretty rich, pretty sweet, where the cake isn't as sweet. It's up to you how much ever icing you want to put on it. Or you don't put any icing. You could always dust it with powdered sugar or something.
Good. Very good.
Everything was very good.
It was. Nice to get new ideas because everything was really, really good. And so it's like, all right. So, I mean.
You can add new traditions.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always fun. Everybody comes out with their favorite things list at the.
Right.
Oprah's got one.
That's right.
Ellen does.
And we have ours.
It's Kathy and Robin's favorite things.
Desserts. But I thought they were all super simple too. That's what I think
Yeah.
turns people off about some things if they're too complicated.
Sure.
They're not going to try. But if
Right.
these are super simple,
Then, like you're saying, keeping it simple, then it's not store bought.
right.
And there is something nice about having like a homemade pie.
This was yummy and
Yes.
delicious, and hopefully we gave you some ideas.
Yes.
And if you have any desserts you would like to share with us, feel free to share in the comments. And we hope you have a wonderful holiday season, whatever your holidays may be. Below, like I said, you can find the recipes below if you would like to try them. I recommend them all. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe and the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
What about you?
I don't like nuts in my desserts.
Oh.
I love nuts plain, and I love all nuts. Oh, mercy.